Thank you so much for watching. This is Sean. That's Obi. We'll catch you tomorrow. Ciao. Here.
First, there we go. Awaiting is what I was saying. Salesforce earnings to come through here momentarily. Just keeping my eye out for any kind of indication for the numbers. We'll bring that to you as they do come through. But what a day it was. We wrap up pretty much where we started the day. If you look at the overall market, individual names, however, different story. Here's Alphabet. Wanted to point this out. Full percent to the upside. Nice move into the close, even back higher. On this, or one of the things that came out today anyways, a little bit earlier today, 1 o'clock, Google announcing October 4th, we'll get the next version of the Pixel phone. And hey, look at that. Shockingly, there's a Pixel ad on the page for CNBC that is displaying that story. Surprise, surprise. That's how the overall S&P 500 is shaping up as far as tech is concerned. Meta, the standout here, downside. 1% to the downside for Meta. Everything else pretty much positive. Microsoft basically flat. But Google with a nice day announcing that again October 4th. So after the Apple event coming up in just a couple of weeks here. CRM, Netflix, Intuit to name a few. Apple, Nvidia as well, AMD, all nicely higher. 1.8% there for Apple leading the way. Amazon exactly 0.000 flat on the day. Not much to see as far as Amazon is concerned. Tesla did bounce nicely into the close there, so basically flat as well. Worth noting maybe for tomorrow, some of the industrial names back higher. Nice day for Deere, 2.6%, about 2.5%. Caterpillar as well, 2.8% back in positive territory. These, however, win the day. That's MSOS, cannabis stocks across the board. Big move into the close even for MSOS. Not a big move, but did finish high side. HHS agency going to look at lowering how they treat marijuana as far as illegal substances go in the USA. GDP revision, this was earlier this morning, GDP revision downward. That was for the last print. And then we also get this, Q2 preliminary reading, 2.1 versus 2.4. So that kind of kicked it off as far as the overall day is concerned. We got that ADP private payrolls number as well, also downside. So remember, we're trying to see these numbers moving in that direction, and here we go. Ahead of non-farm payrolls coming up on Friday. Good look for the overall market. Couple days. Make it 4, Sean. Make it 4 in a row to the upside here for the market.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, didn't even realize that. I'm trading them all day, so that's great. Thanks, Brendan. Yeah, good little recap there. Quickly of a couple names. We are excited here because this is the closing show, so if we can put up now, said Death Clock and the rundown. We're going to get ready to rock and roll here into the close today. I'm just going to put a little bit of a note here. We've got Creda coming through. I'm really excited to have that, the trading psychologist coming up now. Where is the rundown board there? It should be up on my screen. There it is. Perfect. That's exactly right. Okay, OKTA looks like OKTA's out right now. Nice move up there. Nice move, man. Up to $83 right now. Clearing out, man. Clearing out everything in January and back to June there on OKTA. That's a nice little move to the upside. Just gonna find my sheet here to see what Benzinga's saying right now about OKTA. No, close this. Close this, get the news up. There it is right now. CRM coming out right now as well. OKTA, all green everywhere. There's CRM. It is out right now. A beat. Yes, sir. We like beats, so we'll go bang on that one. As CRM coming out right now with a nice little beat. We should probably have earnings first on the board, then market sector recap, but there goes CRM. Beautiful numbers, man. 212 versus 190, it looks like. 78% increase over earnings, quarter over quarter. 8.6 billion, beating estimates right there. So looking good right now for CRM. But as we've seen many times, what does that mean for the stock? Probably waiting. I mean, I really like Mark Benioff. We've talked about him and investing in big names, investing in CEOs that you believe in, and investing in names that you've done well in the past. CRM has been a big one there. With AI all the rage, it is no surprise that right now, CRM, man, taking names up to 226.70 right now. Nice move up there for CRM. So the earnings play is in right now. That's breaking news right now with CRM. Beautiful move, taking out some levels where Where can we go from here? People wondering on CRM, at least I am. So again, a lot of barcoding right now waiting for this report. So you could see here it is in the aftermarket, 225. So watch out for this right here. It doesn't show on the daily after hours, but you're right up here. And these levels, 230, we'll look to see if we could take out 230. But CRM flying here with earnings. So again, it's looking like Salesforce, okay, forward FY24. So we're right here on the forward cast. 34.7 to 34.8 versus 34.65 estimate. So it looks like it's going to be another one there for CRM with the beat to the upside. CrowdStrike is now in the building. CrowdStrike goes beat again, man, 74 versus 56. Looks like a beat on the revenue side as well, on the sales side. So let's go have a quick look at what CrowdStrike, what is that? What CrowdStrike is doing right now on the upside. So CRWD coming through right now, CrowdStrike. Muted, okay. So we'll see what's up with that report right now, but CrowdStrike only at 150. Thought they might have got going there. We saw some nice love on PanW right here. Pardon me. PanW with a nice move the other day to the upside again. Why we talk about Palo Alto is because it's best of breed, and CrowdStrike again in the internet security. So that's starting to move back up. So right now, it looks like we're going to go 3 for 3. We're going to have OKTA with the beat to the upside, right? So OKTA with a nice move there. Again, identity management platform, cloud. Good name here for OKTA. Looks like it wants to continue higher, man. 81 and change. It's had its day up to 90. Obviously missed on their last report. Coming back in right there for OKTA, so a good play there. And then the big one that I think we're all going to want to look at, of course, is CRM. Wow, Salesforce. There we go to the upside, man. A nice one for CRM and Salesforce. Okay, so that's a quick little look at some earnings plays. Let's have a nice little look at the sector today. Wow, who is long UNG right now? As we talk about sector watch right now, UNG 5% today. That's a good name, or sorry, a good move for this name. The one that we're always looking at is Tellurium, so we can look at that again really quick. It's T-E-L, I thought it was. T-E-L-L, actually. There it is, Tellurian. Let's see what that move was today. Oh, down today. Okay, so Natgas going up, Tellurian to the downside. So that's a name that's kind of surprising. The housing index right here, the home builders, they had a nice move up. I mean, we saw Warren Buffett was getting involved in the home builders as well with Lennar, I believe, D.H. Horton. But nice move to the upside right here over the last couple of days. They actually dipped down. Happy birthday to Mr. Warren Buffett today. He turns 93. Wow, wish we could have that longevity. And that pocketbook as well would be pretty nice. Nice move to the upside. What was down? Hello, TAN. We talked about this, man. TAN is having a brutal run at it, man. It actually took out some of these. Well, actually, it didn't really take it out. We went all the way back into here into April lows, February lows as well for TAN. So that's a name that we'll have to look at here coming through. Down 0.7. The KRE, the regional banks having a little bit of a rough ride as well, making those moves back down in. So we'll have to watch out for 40 bucks on KRE. All right, so the big one that we want to look at, of course, is the triple Qs today. 4-day winning streak on the NASDAQ, 4-day winning streak on the SPY, the ES. Nice move back up there. And again, sparked by Nvidia, man. Nvidia and Meta, some decent days there today. CrowdStrike, I just see them going off again here. We can look at that again, but oil today, 0.7 to the upside. That's going to be something that we're going to have to try to respect again on the market watch. So oil, a good name. We like gold as well. Gold kind of flat right now. Bank's not doing much today. So yeah, today it looks like SMH, man, up 0.5. We saw, I actually, for once, yo, what's up? Hey, no one's beside me there. But we had today AMD and Nvidia. For me, I focused a lot, obviously, on Nvidia, and that was a decent trade there. Let's have a quick look at Nvidia's chart today. What did it wind up even on the day? Okay, so a clean 1% there today. Earnings, negative on earnings, but making that move back up to $500 right there for Nvidia with a big one. Let's do a little quick roll call, man. This is a very important day. Why? Because It's been a minute since we've had Kreda on, and she's going to come on and talk all about trading psychology. We only have a small window, man. Maybe we can extend it 7 minutes with her. You can see we only have 18 minutes left. It's going to be Trader Talk, and it's coming up very soon. Let's go over here. Hit our little roll call. There it is. It's roll call. Who's here right now? What? Darwin says Warren is in the chat. Hello, Warren. Good. I told him on the main show he should join us here tonight. Rockin' the Beard is here as well. Everybody's here. Austin is here. Liz is here. Terra Engineering is here. Dr. Strange. Ponzi Fonzie, what's up, my guy? Deez is here. Lots of people in the chat today for what is going to be another big show. Oh, here we go. Now the chat's getting excited, man. They are excited for everyone to be here. What's up, Grey Worm, Floyd? Everybody's here right now. So a big shout out to those of you that have joined us here in the chat for this day. Should be a good one. All right, let's go over to the next thing. We're now talking about earnings. So let's do a quick little earnings recap. What has popped off here so far? It's been OKTA. We talked about that. A nice move to the upside right now. Up 15% right now. Blasting to the upside. All of these are going to be beats. I'm not going to go over the numbers. You can look them up now. They're obviously public as, whoa, that's a bad print there for OKTA. Let's see where that's going. Nice move to the upside on OKTA. CrowdStrike, CRM is the next one we want to look at. CRM, for me, this is a good one, man. Let's hit the bang on CRM as that just continues to climb here. Taking out the 50-period moving average, obviously, of 215. We're well above that. Now we're into this area. 230. Can we take out recent highs? We're looking to do that right now as we speak. The high right there, 230. We really, really like, I really, really like Salesforce, man. I think that with Einstein and with some of their technology there, why not rock with the best of them? That would be CRM. I mean, again, AI names, you already know about all of them. Maybe Salesforce is a little undercover there. CrowdStrike, dancing around. I feel like if you're in this sector and you're looking at internet security like CrowdStrike is, obviously there's going to be some AI involved in that as well coming through, so we can look at that one. Palantir was a monster today. Thank you so much for bringing that name up as well. Shout out to whoever I saw that there in the chat brought that up. What's up, Alex? We absolutely destroyed Palantir today. Here, let me show you what we did on our own account before I spoil this to everybody. We do have Kreda coming in just a minute. Kreda, sorry, coming through. Here's the buy early on Palantir. We did dip some out when it broke the bottom there. Bought it back, man. Nice little move out there. What I got to get some trading psychology on is, why do I have so many outs, man? Why am I such an algo? I got to slow that down. There we go. Palantir taking it back out to the upside right now. There it goes, up a nice 6% today. So, okay, we're going to go over to our next topic, and this is one that we've been waiting for. I've been talking about it on Twitter. It was retweeted. We're ready to rock and roll. It is Trader Talk. Here we go. Kreda, Sheehy, Kelly is back in the building, live here with Trader TV Live. We're glad to have you back on the show. How are you doing?
I'm delighted to be back as well. I'm really good, thanks. Really happy to be here.
Good, that's amazing. You are a trading psychologist. Can we
trading psychology coach. I think psychologists scare some people. So
okay, trading psychology coach. Yeah, you know what, the word coach, I like that. Yeah, coach. Mentor coach? I like coach. Let's go with coach. Can you, in about a minute or maybe even under that, maybe describe to our viewing audience right now? We're going to have thousands of traders viewing you as we speak. Obviously, I've tweeted out also your website, and we'll show that again here as we go, and we have your name at the bottom there. So can you describe maybe to the traders right now what your service is and just how important it is to have a trading psychologist coach?
Sure. So what I'll explain it, the best way to explain what I do is, when you're trading and you learn the technical piece, that's all great. But then you get to the hardest piece, which is mastering yourself. So you have a trading plan and then you don't follow it in the heat of the market. So that's literally what I help people do, is stick to their trading plan. So I only work with people when they've got a solid plan in place, they know their technical stuff, and they know what rules they should be following. And then the hardest part becomes avoiding the FOMO, not breaking your daily loss limit, not hesitating to take trades, all of that side of it. And that's what I help people to absolutely master.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that we talk about on the show all the time, and that is, I had some words written down. One of them was FOMO, of course, and that is the fear of missing out. And I actually find that myself, even though I've been trading for 22 years, and I'm sure you have clients that have more experience than this and less experience, right? It's just about trying to figure out your trading plan. And that's what you started that conversation with. I think that's the number one thing that traders need to develop is the plan, and then stick with the plan. Is that the number one problem that a lot of traders come to you with, is not being able to stick to what they've sort of mastered? Is that the problem? And then what is maybe one or two tips that can help us stay on track?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, people can come from, they've been trading 6 months or they've been trading 20 years. And the length of time you've been trading doesn't exactly determine how good your mental edge is, how good you are at mastering yourself. So what I can help people do is that I help them stick to their plan. But if I boiled it down, every single trader that I've ever worked with has had trouble sticking to their plan in some shape or form. So it manifests differently for different people. Some people will be at the end of the scale where they're hesitating, they're seeing a setup appear and they're not jumping in. And then for other people, it'll be the opposite, the revenge trading on tilt. But at its basis, people aren't doing what they know they need to do. So that's why you'd want to have a little bit of trading under your belt, understand the technical side before you really work on the trading psychology side. And the biggest tips I could say would be start building your mental edge, start learning what that is, and basically using some simple mental training tools in order to start you on that path. And once you see how effective it is, then you can dive into the whole jigsaw puzzle of it.
I actually was perusing through your Twitter profile there, and I saw you had some do's and some don'ts with some X's and some check marks. The big thing that I learned there was a lot of the time traders can get almost too much knowledge. They're reading too many books. They've got too many ideas in their head. A suggestion that you gave out was maybe just watch one YouTube video, work on some basics, and don't put too much into your brain at one time, because the more scrambled up in there, the more scrambled our trades would be. Did I get that right?
Absolutely. So people often think they're working on their trading psychology, and that might be that they're spending 2 hours a day watching YouTube videos or reading books, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're actually implementing it in your trading. So I take a real practical approach to this and help people use tools that they can integrate into their trading. So I would say to people, just choose one thing, the biggest thing that's holding you back right now. Find some advice or a solution that you think might work for you, and then test it out and forget about all the other parts of what's working or what isn't working, and just try and nail that. So my biggest tip would be, because every trader suffers from this, try to shift your focus from the P&L and taking actions based on the P&L to actually focusing on the execution of your trading plan and holding yourself accountable to that. And I have lots of free resources to explain how to do that, but that's the biggest holy grail piece of advice I would impart.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out here to Raul in the chat, calling it analysis paralysis. That's obviously something that we've all heard about, because you're sitting there thinking, what am I even looking at some point? And have I put in too much information into this noggin, and now I can't even execute my trades properly? Always second guessing yourself as well seems to be something that I know that I do. And like I said, even after that much experience in the market, I mean, we're putting on live trades every single day in front of everyone. So there's added pressures, not only with that, but then also, dealing with your inner demons as well. Do you give some such suggestions if someone came to you and said, you know what, I'm on like a 10-day losing streak or something like that, and I really can't get it all together? Is there any value, in your opinion, of maybe just, you talked about hiding your P&L. I think that's probably good. Don't really look at that. What about just lowering your shares, or maybe just taking a break and even going into a simulator? Is that something that's really helped some of your clients in the past?
Definitely. So just creating that space to reset is really important. So okay. I say hide the P&L, but I mean, that's the tip of the iceberg. I wouldn't just rely on that, but yeah, it's a good start. Going back on sim can be really helpful, and just taking it right back down to basics, trying to do, picking one thing that you're going to try and do really well. So that could even be nailing your exits, or making sure that you stick to your daily max loss, even if you're on a losing streak. something like that, that's a simple goal that is achievable and that you can put all your focus into, can help you just cut away the noise and reset. But definitely going back on sim is a useful thing for people to do. And sometimes people's pride won't let them, or they feel like that's, you know, going backwards in their trading journey, and it really isn't. It's the same with athletes. If everything is falling to pieces for an athlete, they just go back to the simple thing: next ball, next pass. And it's the same with trading. Keep it simple.
I actually feel like you're talking directly at me, because I kind of have that ego a little bit where I don't want to go into simulation mode, and I actually don't even really want to lower my shares, but I feel like that's a great idea for sure. And we've had suggestions on our floor, and you said the tip of the iceberg with the P&L. I think that's so important, man. You got to make sure that you adhere to your stop losses and your daily net limits, but sometimes it's not great to be staring at that number 24/7. Okay, we are running out of a little bit of time. Did you want to just sort of maybe talk about what you offer? I guess it's a lot of remote coaching, things like that. Are your sessions maybe a half hour, an hour? Is there a package? What's involved? And maybe we can direct them to your website?
Absolutely. So I have such limited space for one-to-one coaching that most of the work I do is actually through online programs and online courses. And now I'm building that out so that I am creating products or courses that will meet people at whatever level they're ready to dive into mental training. So I've got a full on, find your whole mental edge, overcome indiscipline in 8 weeks. That's the higher end of the scale. And then at the lower one, I've got affirmations, mental preparation routine. So there's loads of different courses there. And I would say that affirmations are one of my favorite tools. So I'm actually launching something next week that might be useful to people. But if you want to just get started, you don't want to commit to anything, I have a free trading psychology masterclass that talks a lot more about the things that we've been discussing here in more depth. And people can sign up on my website for that. Totally free, and you can access it kind of when you like.
All right, Creda, Sheehy, Kelly, thank you so much. All your information, of course, is at the bottom for all of our traders. And it's funny because today I tweeted out after the show, so I traded from 8:30 to 11 o'clock, then obviously back from 2 to 4, and now doing this. I went for a walk, man, clear the head after I was done the show, sort of decompress, phone the wife, figure it all out, see what the kids are up to, but get a good headspace. And I like your affirmations, and I like all of that. Free course up there at your website. Thank you so much for joining us, and hey, we'd love to have you back.
Thanks so much, Sean. Hope to come back to you. See you later.
All right, that was awesome. I want to do more of that. That's Trader Talk right there. Thank you, Creda. All right, man, that was pretty fun. And I want to thank Creda for coming out. And she has that new product dropping there in the coming week. So maybe we'll have her back on. I feel like we could go on and on with that. And I just want to give a brief little rundown of how really important it is. I should have asked her about billions, man. What's up with Wendy on that show? And again, there's many big trading floors all around the world where a trading psychologist coach is definitely needed and accessed. So if you have an opportunity to do that, why not check her out right there? But thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. All right, with 6 minutes left, let's go over to our next topic. What I actually want to talk about, of course, in the trade review, we could talk about Palantir. That's a lot of fun. We did have a couple trades today on a few bigger names. And I just want to talk about Nvidia really quickly, because I feel like whenever there's lessons to be learned on some of these trades, I was also going to do Tilray because thanks to Nimit, we looked at the 200 period moving average. I think that's really important. Actually, you know what? Maybe we will do Tilray. Let's go over Nvidia just really quickly, what happened in the morning and how we're able to make it all of our money back real quick. And what it was right there was, first of all, in the trade too early. I'm going to be here to talk about how I'm trading and little lessons that I've learned. And again, I haven't had a chance to review it other than the middle of the day. But there it is, buying on some of those breaks early. Market make the move up. We thought we might have missed it. We did know that we wanted to support that 490 area. And again, that's what we write down on our sticky notes. So here it comes back in. We take a starter position right there. So whatever that might be, for me, it's about 10% of the shares. Sometimes it's a little bit more than that, that we wanted. Then it comes back into 490. We take a bid at 490.30. Once it breaks 490, we give it a little bit of room, exactly $1, and it breaks lower. So right away, we're automatically down about $1.50 on the trade. Not great, but realistically, it was just that break right there that hit us to the downside. So once it came back down, that's when we had to zoom out. We were actually, at that point, We took a few bids in here, just seeing about this 488, but we didn't have enough shares where we were gonna get cleaned out on that. So what we did was put on our big trade down here into 485. We were watching out for this to break. It made a little bit of a bottom, gave us that out, and that's when finally it had a little bit of a springboard action back up to the upside off of these bottoms right there. 484 was going to be our out, maybe 484.50. That bottom's 484.20. So that was where we were going to get out of that play, taking a 485 fill, giving it another $1, right? If we're going to give it $1 to begin with, we got to give it $1 again. So right there, our first out again, 486.60. That's $1.50. So we're already more than 1-to-1. Then it comes back into this 488 that we trusted in the first place. Get another piece out. Then we get another piece out at 490. At this point, guys, we're $5 in the money, and it's only 9.54. Another piece out right there, breaks back down below VWAP, we get another one, and then the good trade to end it all was getting out right there on the 50-period moving average break at 497, giving us the $12 winner. Then at the end of the day, you know, we tried VWAP, that worked again, it broke, we got in and out, back and forth there a little bit. Took that bid at 490 one more time and able to get it out at 495, so that was a good one. Then it dropped down a little bit there at the end of the day. The one last stock, we have a little bit of time now, we don't have to panic too much. What about Tilray? This was a big mover today. We saw MSOS get halted, right? Here's Tilray when marijuana goes from a schedule suggested by actually President Biden, so give it up to him for this suggestion, goes down a level. So I don't know if it went from 1 to 3 or 3 to 1 on the 1 to 3 on the schedule there, okay? So again, if that ever got approved, I feel like that leads the way for obviously possibly a federal look there into marijuana, into the Cannabis Act, and maybe we can get these names going back up to the upside. I mean, it's already sort of an accepted thing in the NBA. The NFL has already come up with some plans of action on that as well, lowering the suspensions. Kevin Durant went into a meeting with not David Stern, Adam Silver, smelling like marijuana when they were supposed to be talking about it, kind of giving him the idea that there's a lot of players that are doing that, not to talk sports, but let's think about this getting legalized. The idea behind the trade here, though, because this is a trade review, is if you miss this move, that's fine, right? But what you're trying to do is, if you're getting involved out here, look at this 200-period moving average, right? If you miss it, why not start to take bids and stuff like that when you fall back into this, right? So the 200-period moving average gave you a long there. And again, these aren't going to be crazy long-term trades. The problem is Tilray didn't really move. But when you pull back into the 200-period moving average, look at these trades it gives you. Long at 260s here. Then it bumps up right back up to VWAP. It only gives you 270, but that's the whole range. It only had a 10-cent range, and the 200 period gave you that. So from from bottom to top, it gave you that trade. So 200 period moving average back to a flatline VWAP. Those are good trades. And then once the 200 period starts turning against you, so it starts turning the other way, that's when you don't really worry about looking at it because the trade is possibly over as a support side. So maybe giving it up right there, back down in. I really like that look on the 200 period moving average. So Nimit, if you're in here, that was for you because we did talk about Tilray. I really like the 200 period moving average on names that have moved on a 1-minute chart for scalping. So there's a lot of traders out there that like to do scalping. All right, hit the roll call. Let's do another one right here. Who's with us right now? So if we can right now go over here because I'm going to be looking now. Let's go to roll call right now. Who's here? Lulu? We could talk about some Lululemon. Maybe we'll talk about that. Before we go, though, I'm going to look again at CrowdStrike. We're going to look at OKTA. We're going to look at a few other names here. Let's just shout out whoever's here, man. Puff and AMC Movies. Yeah, man, why not? Free weed. Yeah, for sure. What's up to Fireball? What's up to Tyrone? Danker. Going Gucci. I mean, alcohol is allowed, right? Going Gucci. What's up to Northwestern Canopy? Anna's here. Bears vs. Bulls is always here. Deez is here as well. Grey Worm is here. Many people. Finch Jane is in the building. Canadian Bacon. Come on, my guy. You're always here. Shout out to Canadian Bacon. We cannot do anything without having a look quickly at the Super Chats of the day. So thank you so much to Bears vs. Bulls. This is Tuesday and Wednesday fan funding, man. D. Westermeyer, Nita Stonk, The Juice, Jackie, Long This, man, LJD. And I still see you guys, man. You're all here. Ola, AJ, Ola, Dan, Otto, everybody's here. Mr. Duckets, new members. 7H, John, Ottawa is wonderful. Miss A, Leo S, BC. It's the Macaroni Man is in the building. And thank you for a new member. Cute Puppy, Carolina, Ian Respetto, Justin, everybody. Thank you so much for all of your super chats. It's been a good one, man. Cameron is here. Angel's here. Danker, Chris J. Ottawa is wonderful, is right here. Thank you so much for watching, man. All right. The boss has spoken. Look, what I'm doing tonight, we're going to go out. My wife's going out. We're going to go get some sushi. We're going to celebrate the last couple days with our children. Not with our children, they're still here. But last couple days of them being free. Being free from school. They get a little bit of a longer, everyone's laughing around here, a little bit of a longer break to sleep. So, bedtime's maybe a little bit longer here, but school is coming back on Tuesday. Hallelujah. All the parents out there give a big sigh of relief. Then we're going to check out the CN Tower. I've never been there during the evening. That should be a lot of fun. But no matter what you're doing tonight, thank you so much. Drop a comment. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Let us know, let YouTube know that you're now rocking with the best. It's Trader TV Live. I'm Sean Katina. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, everybody. I'm back tomorrow at 8:30. Ciao.